Meanwhile, in Teddy and Billy's Manhattan apartment after the events of Empyre.
Oh my god. Ugh, if I see another plant, I'll die.
I know. I threw all of the plants out in our apartment. Plus, I didn't have time. You were in charge of watering them, and now that you've been gone, I'm like, now I have to do it? I don't think so.
I'm sorry. Sweetie.
Oh, baby.
I never got to say, Carol told me how you teleported her and Johnny into the sun. Like,
Yeah.
that's hot.
Can
That's
I
hot,
just
babe.
say, though, my retinas are a little burnt out. I basically, everything I look at just has a big, weird crescent shape in the middle of it. It hurts.
Ooh.
It hurts.
You're a big weird crescent shape.
Oh, you shut up. You shut up.
Shut up.
Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that. Me, the demiurge, and you, the king of the galaxy.
I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed that I made it out of that event still as king of the Kree Skrull.
I know. And then, do you feel weird that you decided to put a mask on your grandmother? Was that triggering for you?
No, that bitch deserved a mask. I don't want to have to see her stank face.
Yeah, fuck her.
Fuck her. What do you expect from King Twunk with the enormous arms?
Oh my god, speaking of enormous arms, I was thinking for round 2, do you think maybe you could, because now that I kind of got some bi vibes, could you be Johnny Storm?
Babe!
What? Look, you already said, like, look, if we're gonna be monogamous, can't you at least look like other people? You
Yeah,
can
but
either be
babe,
white Teddy or green Teddy. Can't I just get something more interesting?
The point of monogamy is that you want to have sex with me and only me.
But it is you. I want to have sex with your soul, but why can't you look like Ryan Reynolds when it's happening?
Because I'm hotter than Ryan Reynolds.
All right, honey. I love you, but like, let's be real. No one's hotter than Ryan Reynolds.
True.
I think maybe this brings up a bigger discussion.
Oh, come on! I just.
I think we should open up our relationship. I've been seeing how much fun my brother has come out as bi, and he's being a slut. And I gave up my slut years for you.
Wait, hold on. What? Hold on. Someone from space is calling me.
What? No, don't you pull this shit again.
Oh,
No,
of course.
We have to keep talking about this.
Oh, the Kree Skrull need me. They
I
need
can
me to
even see
king.
it is not
I
even
gotta
turned
go.
on.
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna teleport out.
Oh, you fucking
I'll be
piece
right
of
there.
shit. You
okay,
bastard.
I totally didn't hear what you said. Gotta go. Bye.
Fuck it, I'm downloading Grindr.
Oh. Welcome to episode 147 of Comic Book Queer's Legacy, everybody. My name is your host, Brett, and his name is your host, EvilJeff.
His name? Hi.
Hi.
That was so dramatic, like his name.
His name?
That guy.
You sounded like a magical, like a wise magical being when you said that. When you said his name.
His name. I liked it. I want to be a wise magical being. That was always my dream as a child. Is that I was that nerdy kid that no one knew was the chosen one, and that he just needed to find a magic stone or something, and then it was like, oh, I had the power all along, and that never happened.
Yeah, I mean, that's called power fantasy, and that's why you read comic books.
Exactly.
Welcome to the show, everyone. This is a show about comic books and TV and movies based on comic books. But first, let's kick it off with some hot topics. Cue it.
What are you gonna hit? Hot topics.
Hot topics.
Ooh.
Yes. I've got a hot topic for you.
Mm-hmm.
Square Enix dropped that Avengers video game. It's called Marvel's Avengers.
Is that related anyway to the Marvel Alliance? Like, is it the same company or is it completely different?
No, completely different. It's
Because I still couldn't get through the Marvel Alliance game. So then I was like, do I want to start a whole new one with these characters?
Wait, what do you mean you couldn't get through it?
When it added all the new things. Like it added the Phoenix and the X-Men and it added the vampires.
Oh, no, totally. Yeah, no, I had trouble keeping up with it.
It got to the point where it was like, oh, for you to win this round, you just need to sit there and level up like 80
Yeah, the add-on
levels.
Sucked. Yeah,
Yeah,
totally
I was like,
sucked.
can I just pay money and go up to a level 100 so I can play the game? I'll pay money. I'm an old rich gay. I'm not rich, but I'm an old gay with a disposable income. I will pay money where I don't have to waste my goddamn time. So that's what's been leading me to not buy this other game.
All they need to do is like just keep announcing new X-Men and then let me download those X-Men and then let me just do like let me fight robots as one of those.
Yeah,
X-Men.
for you to get these other X-Men, to get like Jean Grey, you have to like win all these levels that are impossible.
It was annoying. And it was repetitive. You had to run a gauntlet and do them over and over.
Yeah.
No, this is the same people that did the PS4 Spider-Man game. So it feels very much like that.
I'm sure that's really fun. So that one is more... Are you playing? Do you get to pick and choose who you want to be, or are you playing as one person?
Not
most
at
of the time?
first. I'd imagine maybe later you will. At first, so the opening. I've only done the opening of the game. There is a whole prelude experience where you are pretty much watching cutscenes for a very long time. Then you control Kamala Khan.
Nice.
As she attends a Comic-Con, essentially. It's bigger than that, but I won't spoil. So you're Kamala Khan.
Wait, so you're walking around in a Comic-Con?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. You're at Avengers Day, and she's there. I will spoil it. You're at Avengers Day as Kamala Khan. She is a finalist in a fanfic competition.
So she doesn't have her powers yet?
No, she does not have her powers yet. And
I sense a Terrigen Mist coming.
Yep, shit goes awry at Avengers Day. There's Terrigen Mists on the campus. So I'll just let you do the math. But when shit goes down, you don't choose who you get to be, but you take turns. First you're Thor, then you're Iron Man, then you're Hulk, then you're Captain America, and then you're Black Widow.
Nice. But you're not, and then you probably are other people along the way.
Yeah, later on you'll be other people.
It's
like Kamala?
Wolverine's isn't it, right?
No. I don't think so. I think it feels very MCU kinda.
Oh.
I mean, it's got to be whatever universe that Spider-Man PS4. There is like an Earth number attached to.
Is Spider-Man in it?
Maybe he will be. I mean, I do think it is the same universe.
See, it's getting confusing because I keep seeing things out, but then it's also, I forget Fortnite is also now X-Men based. So I get confused of which is which.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal with Fortnite. Fortnite's cuter.
Okay.
Avengers is more realistic.
Okay.
The thing about Fortnite is so fun. And today this Avengers game dropped, and it's just like PS4 Spider-Man, which is great, and it's a great game. But the whole time I was like, all right, how much more of this am I going to play before I quit it and go back to being Storm in Fortnite?
I want to be Storm, just killing everyone until I'm the last one standing.
Yeah, and the thing is, though, so far where I'm at in Fortnite, like, you're still just using guns and weapons like everyone else. Like, there's no... Like, everything is just cosmetic. You're still doing... Like, it doesn't matter who you are in Fortnite. It's purely cosmetic.
Yeah, it's not like, this is more powerful than this.
All the characters do the exact same things.
But you're saying, so even Jessica Walters as the lawyer with her gavels versus when she's She-Hulk
is the same as She-Hulk. Yeah, totally.
But that's what I like. I like cosmetic.
Yeah.
I would like it every game I played. Suddenly my character was Emma Frost. Mario Kart, I want to be Emma Frost. I don't want to be Peach or Daisy.
I can easily see them dropping an Emma Frost in Fortnite. Like, I can see what she would look like. You know, that Fortnite look. Oh, it would be so great.
Don't you have to like build? Don't you have to like build things in Fortnite?
You can. Like, building is defense. Essentially, like, you build walls and stairs and floors and ceilings.
But you're not about forts. That. You're about
no. That's the part I'm so bad at. Like, I will be Like, it'll be me versus we'd be the last two people standing on the island. And then all of a sudden, he's like, this person starts erecting this giant tower. I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. Just kill me.
And it's the basis. Is it based off of Battle Royale and Hunger Games? Like, it's the same kind of premise?
Exactly. You have to find weapons.
But isn't it where then the area that you're playing in keeps getting smaller?
Yep.
All right. Because that was in Battle Royale. Did you ever read or watch Battle Royale?
Yeah, I loved it. It had Go-Go in it.
Who's Go-Go?
From Kill Bill.
Oh, you talking about the movie. Did you read the manga?
No, I just
the manga is much better than the movie. But yeah. After watching that, when they're like, ooh, Hunger Games, I'm like, snooze.
Hey, we're going to talk about something later where I feel the TV show is better than the comic book.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm talking about The Boys. We're going to talk about The Boys later.
Oh, did you even read the comic book?
A little bit of it.
Yeah,
it was
me too.
Rapey. I didn't like it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, okay, let's stop right now because we'll get into that.
We'll freak out.
I think I bitched about this when the first season was happening.
Oh, my God. We got to talk about X-Men first.
Yeah. Oh, you're getting all hothered, Brett.
Oh, yeah.
Brett,
I want
your eggs.
Hit it.
I want your ex.
Listen.
Come on.
Ooh, that scared me.
I'm surprised you didn't do it. Okay.
I know. Listen, this was a week where, like, I saw the list of books coming out, and I was like,
okay, all right.
But I mean, they were enjoyable.
Well, yeah.
I mean, no, I was still like, meh. Like, all three of them, I was kind of like, meh.
Well, let's go from bottom of the barrel to the top.
I wouldn't even know what bottom is.
I think Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine, because Dracula, stop it.
Who cares? And then it was like, oh, here are these good kids, vampires. Nope, we'll kill them.
No, we'll kill them horribly.
Let's have them horribly
just for
die.
helping Wolverine.
And then we set up these other characters, and then they all die. And then I'm like, this whole thing just setting up that Wolverine's blood makes vampires daywalkers. Okay, do you know how many fucks I have to give for this storyline?
Do you know how much I prefer the succinct, efficient way you delivered the whole premise of these stories instead of having to go through the stories? Like, this is the story arc that could be an email. Yeah. Wolverine's blood.
Yeah, it's just like, that's happening, and now don't fucking read it. I don't care.
Yeah, it could just be a data page.
It's not good. It's not good.
Yeah, it wasn't great. I don't like. There was a line that made me crack up, which was, Wolverine was like, "One time I helped the vampires, but now I'm gonna destroy them." I was like, that is so fucking stupid to say, and so funny. Yeah. Like, so
Who
funny.
Talks like that?
One time I know I helped the vampires once, but you tell them I'm coming for them. Like, it was so weird to me. Look, we've done this vampire stuff before, and I was on the other side before, but now I'm on this side, all right? So I have a message for the townsfolk in any vampire story. Listen, when you see when there have been mysterious deaths in your town, and you come across two, like, punk rock, sexy, pale-looking weirdos who probably have sunglasses on at night, like, they're vampires.
Yeah. Yeah.
None of this being surprised by these people anymore, okay?
And maybe in our world, yes. But you live in a world of superheroes and mutants. Like, vampires are not much of a stretch.
If I lived in Marvel Universe 616, I'd be like, oh my god, there's Wolverine. Oh my god, those are vampires. Oh my god, that's a Skrull. Like, I would be down. I would be on the internet all the time.
That does annoy me, is every once in a while there's a comic that takes place in the 616, and then someone's like, what, you think that's happening? That's ridiculous. I'm like, you live in a world with the X-Men, and you know they exist. So what are you saying? Yeah.
You live in a world with dupe. Don't be surprised by anything.
Yeah. Oh,
anyway,
God.
Wolverine, bring on 10 of Swords. That's all I gotta say. Is Omega Red dead? No, he's still alive, huh? Great.
Omega dead.
More like Omega dead.
That reminds me of Omegaverse. You ever read any Omegaverse fiction?
No, what's that?
It's all gay. Apparently, like after Twilight, gay wolf, like the Omega, the Alpha, the Beta, like gay wolf erotica is like is this huge thing written by women. It's all written by women for women.
Like Charlene Harris type
like
women?
Pretty much if you try to find gay erotica on Amazon, as I do because I'm into that shit. But I hate the wolves. I don't like wolf stuff. It's all Omegaverse. It's all wolf. Like he was like, you know, he bonded with this beta and he knew he had to have him. I was like, I don't care. Oh, and it's also all male pregnancy. In this world, all the male wolves can get pregnant. So it's all just like these covers of like pregnant men and wolves and muscular wolves. Women are fucked up.
Yeah, listen, ever since I saw, like, you remember Girls Gone Wild?
Yeah.
Well, I saw Guys Gone Wild,
and
it's got, like, kind of a female behind the camera MC, like, egging these guys on to show their dicks.
I rented that.
Like, women have no idea.
That was like...
Women have no idea how to objectify.
Get them hard! No one had an erection. They're like, oh my god, show us your wiener. I was like, who wants to look at a soft wiener?
The ultimate, like, if an attempt was successful, the end game in Guys Gone Wild was always, all right, now flip it around like a helicopter. I'm like, what the fuck?
Who wants to see that?
Nobody wants to see that. Women are bad at porn.
You don't want to see how soft a guy's penis is. That's not the point.
Flip it around like a helicopter, yeah. And scene, cut, great. He went all the way, you guys.
I think you and me probably literally, if you recorded the scenario, because how old were you? It was like college age, right?
Yeah.
I just imagine if someone took a recording, it would literally be the same lines of us being like, oh, come on. How am I supposed to jerk off to this?
Gay, pregnant wolves, come on.
Yeah. Anyway, Wolverine sucks. So it's all leading to 10 of Swords, where Wolverine's going to get another sword because his claws aren't enough. Okay. They're going to have a lot of... Hickman, you've done it before, but you're really going to have to win me over with this swords shit.
Oh, it's going to be great.
I'm sure it will be, but right now I'm just like... All right, let's move on. I think the next best book would be New Mutants.
Yeah.
So, New Mutants is all about, there's a new thing called dox. And do you know what doxing means, Brett?
Yes, it's when you reveal the identity of someone online and particularly their personal information.
Yes, so people
Address,
can
phone number.
So people can come after them personally.
Yeah.
So it's like this doxing mutant site. And which
is so funny because the acronym for Dawn of X is dox. It just works on so many levels.
Yes. And it's definitely very, I think especially right now where there is on both sides, there's doxing because, you know, there's the left who are just trying to, misogynists and racists, they're trying to expose them. And then on the right, they're like, oh, you were part of the Sandy Hook shooting? Let's expose you and have everyone pretend that your child wasn't really killed. So it happens on both sides. One reasonably, one not so reasonably. And I will say it seemed like it did do a good job of showing the mindset of how the alt-right would perceive mutants.
Yes, absolutely. And perceive the Krakoa power grab. Krakoa independence.
And part of me does wonder, what would the state of race relations, how fraught they are right now, would they be better if there was Krakoa and everything? Because the right would have a different thing to focus on. I'm curious about that. I don't know. No, they probably still hate everybody.
Oh, absolutely. They're just people with hate and fear in their hearts. And their justification. So Magic, Danny Moonstar, and Glom Herman break into the Doc's offices. Picture a newspaper office. And the editor-in-chief is like, listen, the moment you move to create your own nation and develop new medicines, which you then held hostage against us until we accepted your new dictatorship policy. like, that would be how they look at it.
Yeah. Yeah. And in the end, they were being
transactional.
They had to be they wanted to be very diplomatic about taking down this doxing site. And rather than just going and killing all of them and just, making a more incendiary, making everything kind of blow up in their face.
Giving them justification.
Yes. Yeah. Although now I'm personally at the point where I'm like, when people are like, everything should be peaceful, I'm at this point where I'm like, fuck it.
Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. Yeah. Let's fucking blow everything up. But that's just like, that's my thing now. Because I'm like, being peaceful isn't getting us anywhere because they're fucking crazy. All right. But anyway, they change their site so that if they try to dox someone, they get doxed right back and their stuff gets, the person doing the doxing, they get revealed.
Which is great.
Yeah.
I mean, they should be shut down, but then that just gives them more fodder for like, see, censorship.
Yeah.
Fucking people. I hate these fucking people.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm talking about the real world version.
Yes. Well, I mean, I hate the people in the comics too.
Yeah, me too. Hey.
But Glob Herman goes off. He's the one that ends up losing his cool.
Yeah.
And then later on, he's talking to Magic, and it's the first time you kind of get a little kind of history of like why he was a bad guy in the Grant Morrison run, which I liked.
Yeah. And it was great. It tied Glob Herman together, and it like brought him into focus.
Although I felt that there was definitely an opportunity to bring up Quentin Quire. Like, I would have just been like, and that's when I ended up like rolling with Quentin Quire. Remember when he was a Nazi?
That's the implication.
That'd be funny if like Magic was like, remember when Quentin was a pseudo-Nazi?
Yeah. I would love to go into like the manipulation he suffered under the hands of Quentin. And I don't even mean like Quentin's powers. I just mean Quentin's personality.
Yeah. But it was cute.
But it was great.
It was cute.
Yeah, actually, it was a nice moment.
But then and then I was conflicted because I hate Nova Roma.
Yeah, me too. I wasn't happy to see it. But then
they just murdered everybody there.
Yeah.
Oh, so now we're going to have to deal with Magma being all... Like, she was already all depressed.
She's already like, oh, my people, like for so many different reasons.
Oh, and now they're all dead? Oh, great. Oh, but your dad isn't, but he's going to be horribly tortured until he dies. Who is that woman who has those monsters?
She was the one with the monsters.
No, but I mean, has she been in something else?
I don't think so. I think she's a new character.
I'm over her. I don't like any of that.
I'm over her.
So that's New Mutants. Let's get on to what we liked the best this week. No, what's funny is we very rarely disagree.
That is funny.
Cable. Cabal.
I love it.
Cable.
Listen, I really like this book because it's like Buckaroo Banzai Space Adventures, and I like it, okay?
It's so lighthearted. It's very lighthearted. Yeah. And I feel like we need that. And it does feel very like cowboyish.
It is like space western,
Western, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for. That's what I was trying to get to.
And I felt like this is a big reveal. This is where young Cable realizes kind of that the older version of him knew about him, knew that he was coming.
Extermination.
Which was an interesting thing because he basically was like, hey, I just need to know before I die, I need to put like a bomb in here. And then he looks and suddenly it just appears. And that's when he's like, oh shit. So he's known the whole entire goddamn time.
So what's so funny about that? It's like, it felt like he expressed intent. Like he's going to do something, and then time travel kicked in, and voila, it was there.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, it was great.
So do you know what I just watched back to back?
The Back to the Future.
It's the same exact. No.
Oh.
They don't know. It's a movie where they explicitly play with, oh, you know what? Well, we're just gonna do this, and then.
Oh wait, what?
Bill and Ted.
Right. That's right.
It is so Bill and Ted.
Did you see the newest one?
No, we're gonna watch it tonight.
Oh, okay, because that's why I was like, I need to watch. But I heard that it's the second. I don't remember. I think Bogus Journey is horrible. Not good.
It's horrible.
I was wondering
if
I should.
It's not funny.
I guess but I do want to. I remember I used to watch the first one because what's his name, Alex Winters. Had such a crush on him.
I'm so glad you brought this up. Back then, I remember as a little boy, I could not take my eyes off Keanu, and I actually thought Alex Winters was nowhere near attractive. I just watched Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure for the first time in 25 years.
Yeah.
Maybe even more. Alex Winter was so adorable and so attractive. I am so... my adult self is so attracted to Bill Preston.
I mean, I liked both of them. Well, I
like both of them, but I am going gaga over Alex Winter this past week.
Yeah.
He was so hot.
Have you ever seen My Own Private Idaho?
Yes.
That movie fucked me up. All right, listen here, you little gay shits that are younger, that had Will and Grace and Love Simon, and you have all of these gay things. You have Pornhub where you can just find gay porn at the snap of a finger. In the early 90s, we had nothing. And one day it was oh, there's going to be this art movie coming out where River Phoenix and Keanu Reeves play gay male prostitutes. Do you know what that did to my 15-year-old brain? It short-circuited it. And I watched that movie.
Same.
And I hated Keanu Reeves because there is a scene where River Phoenix is I really want to kiss you. And Keanu Reeves is no, only for money.
No.
And I remember being fuck you, Keanu Reeves. Why can't you just love him? And I remember going to work at McDonald's flipping burgers, and people were what's wrong with you? You seem sad. And I couldn't be I'm depressed that River Phoenix didn't get kissed by Keanu Reeves. Because I was still in the closet.
I completely empathize with this.
Anyway, but back to Cable.
Anyway, I just want to make out with young Alex Winter. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, back to Cable.
Cable's great. It's great. And then... right now he basically just blows up all those poor aliens. But they do send out a distress signal and kind of warn. Although I thought the other planet was blown up, so I don't know who they sent it to.
So I think the implication is that they sent it to Rom, the Space Knight.
Oh, right.
Rom, the Space Knight, was the one of those characters that had his own book, had his own solo title, and then in the 70s was super popular, and then Marvel lost the rights.
Right.
So Marvel has the rights to the Space Knights, just not Rom. So I'm guessing that is...
But if they don't have the rights to it, why would they be sending it to him?
I mean, it's just an Easter egg.
Oh, I thought this would be leading to something, but it's probably not.
I mean, maybe they want to do Space Knights again. I don't know. But Zarek, the Light of Galador, is currently on Earth. So I wonder who's Zarek? Zarek's... Oh, I don't know.
Who knows? Anyway, what's more interesting is once they go through the Krakoan Gate, that story's over. And then up comes riding on a goddamn horse is Emma fucking Frost. Because why not?
Hell yeah, why not? So, Emma looks great. And she delivers she delivers the X moment of the week, which is the 3 panels where she's saying silently to Cable, "I'm watching you."
Where she does the 2 fingers at her eyes and then the 1 finger pointing at him. It's great.
Oh, she's so great.
And
she's full equestrian mode. Her hair is pulled back. She's got loose fitting. She's got the bulgy thigh, the boots.
And then it ends with the Summers family dinner.
I thought this was the sweetest moment of comic books this week. I really did.
I wanted Wolverine to be there.
Yeah.
He's under the table blowing Cyclops. That's just what I picked.
Havoc's there.
Mm-hmm.
It's cute. It's so cute.
They're just what have you been up to, Havoc? Madeline Pryor.
Why does your mouth look so weird?
Why is your mouth all fucked up? Isn't his face fucked up still? No, he was reborn.
No, he was reborn.
That's right. I wish he would have I wish him and Wasp would have a moment.
Yeah, me too.
Because they had a child together.
Yeah. So.
And his face is back. Because that's why she left him.
Yeah, totally.
Not because he turned evil. But because his face is
I would say how shallow Janet is, but I would leave him. I would leave him too.
Yeah. Anyway, X-Men, great. What's next week? Do you know what's coming out next week? X of Swords?
Ooh.
No. Is it?
No, I think that is September 23rd, I want to say. That
Excalibur?
it officially kicks off. There's got to be like a meaningful Excalibur prelude. Let's take a look. Excalibur number 12 is the 16th, the week before. So next week, we've got Hellions number 4. Yes. Marauders number 12. Yes. X Factor number 3. Oh my God. X Force number 12. I'm so sorry I can't connect to you.
Fantastic.
Ooh, and then the 16th, we've got Excalibur 12, X-Men number 16, and then giant size X-Men : Storm. Storm. And then, Juggernaut number 1 on the 23rd. Interesting.
All right, then.
But there's comics out there outside of X-Men, you know.
All right. I think we should get a comic. Hit it. You gotta get a comic if you wanna get ahead. Okay, we are finally at the end, and what starts with a bang usually ends with a whimper. And, I don't know, I kind of felt like that about the latest of Empyre.
It did. Empyre number 6.
You know what I have to say about this? 588-2300 Empyre. Boom. Today.
Oh, is that just a Chicago thing?
No, they have I've seen them in California as well.
Okay. I might have seen them in New York. Yeah. Yeah, this one, I just, I read this title, and every time I turned the page, I was like, is this the last page? I just didn't care. It was just so logistical.
But that's the other thing, is when you set it up where the sun is going to blow up in 10 minutes, at that point, I'm just like, there's a point where the stakes are so high that you just stop caring. You know what I mean? If you're just like, right. Okay, at the end of this issue, the sun's going to blow up in 10 minutes. I'm like, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't know. It just felt like all of that took longer than 10 minutes. Yeah, everything that happened took longer than 10 minutes.
It sure did.
And then it's like, and the other thing I hate, it's 10 minutes before the sun blows up. Hey, how about me, Reed Richards, and Tony Stark? Let's have a little heart-to-heart about our feelings. Sun's blowing up in 10 minutes.
Right.
Fuck you. It just annoys me.
So we have a bunch of people springing into action. So we've got super heroics from Tony and Reed. Then we've got another group of Teddy, Johnny Storm, who has a crush on Teddy, and Carol Danvers.
And then we also have the Thing,
and Billy,
She-Hulk, and Invisible Woman, and Mantis.
She-Hulk, Invisible Woman, and Mantis.
And then there's Black Panther, the Knight. What's his name? Black Knight?
Swordsman.
No, Swordsman. Black Panther, the Swordsman, and Sequoia, Koi.
Yeah,
so all
and then
of
we've
those
got Wolverine and Spider-Man and Valeria and Franklin.
Against the humans that are worshipping the Katati.
Yeah, so we're checking all of them.
I was going to read Fantastic Four, but then I realized I read Empyre first, and Fantastic Four took place before. So then I was like, I just see what happens, so there's no point in me reading Fantastic Four.
Yeah, they're fine. Things we liked. May I just bullet point some things we like to see?
Okay.
I think we like to see Reed Richards in an Iron Man suit.
I like that. A stretchy Iron Man suit.
Loved it. Love the splash page with all the Avengers assembling. Here's why. Because there's like Wonder Man and Blue Marvel, and I like them. And Janet Van Dyne Wasp and Nadia Pym Wasp. I like that all. I like it. So that was fun. We've got a little Monica Rambeau there. The Kree Skrull. I guess there's a new age of space now. So to me, that's like kind of the big change. I like when these events change things.
It's kind of can we get that done to the world? to like Israel and Palestine and like
or here.
Yeah.
Or I guess here it would be more about like drowning out the crazies, not so much two legitimate sides coming together.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
so
that because there it's like a thing of like, but you did this horrible atrocities to us. Yeah. Well, you did these horrible atrocities to us. So then and I will just say, I'm just going to throw out right now, if anyone has not seen ContraPoints or on YouTube, it's this trans woman named Natalie something. And she just does these long things. And she just recently did one on justice. And basically was just talking about the futility of revenge and the Punisher, and it was all about how Blue Lives Matter is taking the Punisher as this source of like pride and this source of revenge. But then she was just kind of showing when the ultimate goal is revenge, you just end up with things like century-long wars that never end. And so it's just like that idea of like letting go. And then the funny thing that's ContraPoints is in the irony is she's like the only person who has ever spouted against revenge and forgiveness is Jesus. And then the people that now follow Jesus don't believe that at all.
It's amazing.
But it's just so funny how it's like this. So there is definitely, I do like with Empyre that it's very like relevant with what it's saying is like, look, they've been battling for thousands of years and it's pointless. So they finally all just decided to give up. And I love it.
Yeah. That is great. I'm going to ask you a question. It's a yes or no question.
Okay.
Do you think Marvel should kill off and permanently delete the Punisher?
Yes. And here's why.
I think so too, right?
Here's why. I never give a crap about the Punisher, so I don't have any skin in the game. Like I have no personal, it's hard for people because I bet you there's a bunch of people that was their favorite comic. So it's going to be hard. Like if someone was just like, oh, this one X-Men character is problematic, I think we're going to get rid of all of the X-Men. I would be that person like, no, you know what I mean? I can understand like if you have, but me personally, for me, I think vengeance, death, killing people in the name of vengeance is dumb to me, and I don't care about it.
Yeah.
And I don't like, honestly, when movies where that's the main driving force, it's just because at this point now, most of those vengeance things, it's just called refrigerating now. It's just using women, it's using violence against women to excuse a license to kill. And I find that very played out and boring and dumb.
Yeah. Yeah. I think just conceptually, it's not something they should embrace anymore.
Or, no, it would just really piss off since they're using it. I think the Punisher should have a come to Jesus moment and say he's never going to kill again.
Yeah.
And do you know, if I would write it, do you know why he would do it? Because he would see that they were using his emblem on police squad cars.
Yeah.
And using it as an excuse to kill black people. Yeah. And then he's like, I'm out. I'm never killing again.
Tell that fucking story. Tell that story.
That would be amazing.
Have him change his name to the Redeemer. The Protector.
I know. And it is, because that's the thing is like, and this is me just getting on my soapbox again, is that I feel that I think Punisher definitely should be gotten rid of because I think if Trump gets elected again, he is going to finally pull the mask off. And I think, because right now he does racist things, but then he's just like, oh, but I'm not racist. I think if he gets elected again, he's finally just going to be like, all right, the jig is up. I do hate all of them. I hate all minorities, and let's kill them all.
And also to bring it a little closer to home, the evangelicals pay for him and get him elected, so he will do whatever they want, and guess what they want?
Yeah, they want them all to die.
They want us to die.
Oh, they want
and
us
they want to
die.
take our marriages away.
Oh, yeah.
So that will very much happen.
Oh, yeah. And and I remember yelling at my father when he said he was going to vote for Trump. And I told him that they will change the Supreme Court and take away my right to marry. And I was like, so you're taking your son's rights away because you don't like Hillary Clinton? And he was like, that won't happen.
Yep.
Well, thanks,
It
Dad.
absolutely will. It absolutely will. I'm telling you, if Trump gets elected again, gay marriage is going away.
Oh, my God. And that's the sad thing is, did you see that he now is trying to make it illegal to teach diversity training?
Amazing.
Federally, because he said it's un-American, which ironically is true because America is racist. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, at this point, I do like that these comics are having these messages metaphorically, but I do think it's time for a comic to get down and dirty and kind of explore what's going on.
Yeah.
I want Storm to be like,
a stake in the ground,
I want Storm to be like, excuse me, I'm going to go to America for a tiny bit and I'm going to fuck some shit up. She's going to go to, she's like going to go to every red state and just have a tornadoes hit them. Anyway, what are we talking about? Empyre. You know what else I hated about Empyre?
What?
Ha ha ha, She-Hulk is dead. She's dead. There's nothing left inside of her. She's dead. She's dead. Cut to, oh, I'm still in here. I'm back in me. What? Don't sit there and spend 3 issues talking about how she's definitely dead. And then suddenly it's like, oh, she just had to fight back. She was here all along. It was so unearned. It was so unearned. Yeah. Fucking Akira She-Hulk. She looked like that big Akira monster.
I thought for sure she was dead, and then the immortal She-Hulk would be her kind of like fighting back. But she did. Like they set up that title when she was like, "I see a door." Like I think that's very Al Ewing Hulk.
Whatever. It was dumb.
Like the stuff he set up. Yeah.
Anyway, Empire's over. Teddy's still the king of the screen.
Teddy's still the king. Johnny Storm is going to hang out. It looks like Johnny Storm's going to hang out with them.
They're going to be called the Skeet. The Skeet.
Oh, I love it. Skeet.
Billy,
Johnny
what's
Storm's
he going to do?
Can I hang out with you?
Is Billy just going to like, oh my God, if Johnny and Billy end up having an affair. Why do I want affairs? What is wrong with me? I'm awful. I want gay husbands to die. I want relationships to... As soon as I see a happy gay relationship in a comic book, I'm like, I want to fuck it up. What is wrong with me, Brett?
I don't know. I just want to see Johnny Storm have sex with another man, so whatever it takes.
I think that's where I'm at with it, too. All right. Well, that's the world of comics, but there is also a huge superhero franchise series that started as well. Hit it!
Someone who watch superhero sci-fi stuff with me.
The Boys, season 2.
The Boys. Oh, The Boys.
So
did you see them? Did you see it?
I did see them. They dropped 3 episodes.
And I wasn't ready for that. I know I forgot that it did that. And I
thought it was just going to be 1.
Well, because I just saw multiple episodes, I thought the whole season was there. And I was so jazzed at the end of episode 3 that when it wasn't there, I was like,
fuck you.
No, I'm in the middle of a binge.
When The Boys season 1 first dropped, I watched the first episode and did not continue. I had read a little bit of the comic, the first few issues. It felt a little bit
before you saw the
toxic,
series?
masculine. Yeah.
Okay.
It felt a little bit toxic masculine for me.
Yeah, so
I dropped the series.
I did the opposite, where after like 3 episodes, I'm like, I want to read a few issues of the comic. Horrified. First, the main character is Simon Pegg. So the main character,
that's why they cast him as the father.
Looks like Simon Pegg. But it is the most misogynistic, toxic masculine dude. Women play no role except to be murdered or to get fucked. And I was like, bruh. But I still felt the show was entertaining, and I loved Elizabeth Shue. So I stayed through it, and I liked the show, but I did feel it still had those lingering comic issues of the toxic masculinity that was bothering me. And I feel this second season, it just full on addressed them head on. And I kind of love that.
Yeah, I do love that. And so this is a case of, I think, the TV show being a lot better than the comic, from what I've read of the comic.
100%.
Yeah.
Plus, they're getting female directors are directing the episodes. Like they're kind of expanding the POVs of whose story this really is.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact,
they changed the gender.
They did not have the main character very much in the first episode of season 2.
Yeah. And
it was an episode kind of without Carl Urban's William Butcher.
And one of the big bads, Stormfront, is a man in the comic.
Yeah. Yep.
And they changed her to a woman. And
she's kind of great.
Well, here's the thing. Did you watch You're the Worst?
No.
I'm going to tell you right now, Brett. Write it down. I have never done you wrong. You're the Worst is one of the best like romantic comedy shows ever. And she plays the female lead.
Oh, really?
Yes, she's the female lead. And literally, she is that character. Well, without the evil, murdering, racist parts. But,
yeah.
But
she's very Jenny Slate to me.
Yes. And she's like that in the show You're the Worst. So I am living for her. The fact that there was a scene where there's like they're making the Seven movie, like an Avengers movie, and they're going over the plot. And then she just goes off on the director, like, why are all the women fucking stereotypes, you fucking idiot? Like, it's basically calling out everything that's wrong with the comic in the TV show. And sometimes that meta stuff can be overwrought, but it's earned because it's like earned. It's part of the story. Like it works with the story. It's not like over the top. I love this show.
The branding for the movie about the Seven in the universe of The Boys is exactly the Zack Snyder Justice League.
Yes.
Branding.
Oh my God. So for those that have not seen The Boys, there's basically The Boys is a group of dudes that hate the supers and want to like expose them and get rid of them. Because
they're not just dudes now.
Well, there's one girl, but she doesn't talk.
And she's a soup.
And she is a soup, but she doesn't speak. And in the first season, she didn't do anything except murder people, and that was it. But I will say the superheroes are awful. And it does do that realistic trope of if you really were Superman and you can do anything, you probably would end up being evil. I mean, look what absolute power corrupts absolutely. Look at Ellen DeGeneres. Look what happened to her. If she had superhuman powers and laser beam eyes, Portia de Rossi, she would have disappeared.
We would all be dead.
Years ago. All of her writers, she would have had to get a new staff every season. They'd all be incinerated. The audience would be incinerated after each episode. Anyway, but the second season, they end up getting exposed because it turns out that no one's born this way. It's the company Vought actually is drugging them as babies and giving them their powers, which many of the superheroes did not know. So many were not happy about that.
They all thought they were special, born special.
And I will say, what's the guy from Gossip Girl who's the Aquaman, the Deep?
Yeah, Chase Crawford.
Chase Crawford is so good in this. His character is so fucked up.
Good. To me, my favorite takeaway of this show, the thing that will stay with me is like what were instances of great TV? The Deep's whole story arc.
Yes.
It is like the show is great. Sure, the show is great, but there is just something so special and unique about the Deep's journey.
But there's also this thing of where most of his misogyny is coming from him trying to, it's like the small dick syndrome. He's so scared of his gills on his body that he then decides, if I just treat women like shit, they'll never get close enough to actually see my body. And you can tell it's mostly, what's his name? What's Superman's name?
Homelander.
Homelander is definitely one of the people fucking with his head about it.
Well, Homelander is, I mean, he's, an awful alt-right person. And so he has a moment with the Deep, and the Deep's shirt is a little bit open and his gill is exposed. And Homelander says, cover that up. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's like this poor guy who, first of all, I'm so, like, when they first unveiled his gills, like the fact that there's like Chase Crawford body horror out there available to watch anytime you want, that alone is amazing.
Yeah.
And then to have that was a scene in season 1, right, where he brings home a groupie and she kind of rapes him.
Yeah.
She's so into
she
his
was like
gills
stinging
and he's
her
so ashamed.
she's like finger
sticking
fucking
her
his
fingers
gills.
up them. Yeah, and there was whoa. But his whole story arc about redemption and feeling bad about the sexual assault of Starlight.
Like
and then he falls in with the Scientology cult.
And did you recognize who the Scientology woman was?
No, who is that?
It's the lesbian wife of Ross's ex.
Oh,
on Friends.
Amazing.
I just imagine I just kept on hearing and going, okay, Ross.
That's hilarious. I recognize the other hero, the Hawkeye equivalent, Eagle.
Who else was he in? What else was he in?
He was in a bunch of stuff. He was in like Brick.
Oh.
He was in like a bunch of high school stuff in like the
He
early
had such a
mid-2000s.
Had such a fucking burn for Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Where he was just like, what was your rock bottom? Mine, I went to save that grocery store robbery. Ran out of arrows. Everybody died.
Everyone died.
I fucking ran out of arrows.
So funny.
And here's the other thing.
Funny.
The reason I like this show is we discuss superhero things. We go into the nitty gritty. Like we go into the sexual details of superheroes. We're like, well, what would this mean? How would Kitty Pryde have sex? And I love that this show goes into that. Like this one guy, he can grow back all of his limbs. That's his power. Of course he becomes a prostitute, a male prostitute for men that have like that want to have like murder fantasies.
Yeah.
And even then where he's just like, for an extra $1,000 you can cut off my dick. I was
the
like,
guy goes worse than Interstate 10.
I know, and that's the thing is like if that didn't happen, I'm sure at some point I would have mentioned, I wonder if his dick grows back, because that's where my fucked up mind
Exactly.
is.
They know what we're thinking.
And for me the least interesting character is Meg Ryan's son, Dennis Quaid's son, where it's weird because every time you look at him, you're like, it's Meg Ryan, it's Dennis Quaid. It's Meg Ryan. It's Dennis Quaid.
Oh my God. What? Huey?
Yeah.
Huey.
Yeah.
You must be talking about, I had no idea.
You didn't know? Yeah, that's
but then I just pictured Huey's face and saw Meg Ryan. I had no idea.
But he's literally, if you
oh my God, he looks just like the both of them.
I know, isn't it crazy? It's that thing where, when you do that thing like at a Dave and Buster's where it can like what your children will look like.
Yeah.
And it takes a picture of two people and morphs them together. He's literally
hold
that.
on. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Babe. Huey is Meg Ryan and Dennis Quaid's son. Oh my God. He said, makes sense.
Yeah, right?
Oh my God.
That being said, his character is so whiny at this point. When Starlight was about to like... When she was about to murder him, I was like, "Oh yeah, please. Just put him out of his misery." Because I'm so more into her story, and the Wonder Woman story, and the new Stormfront. And this is where I got fooled. Her fucking name is Stormfront. You know what Stormfront is?
What?
That's a white supremacist website.
Oh, it is?
Yes. The Stormfront.
Oh my God.
So the fact that her name is Stormfront should have been big foreshadowing, because I was loving the Stormfront character. Loved her. And then we get to a battle.
End of episode 3.
She starts murdering everybody. Innocent people.
And it's in a housing project.
Murdering poor innocent black people.
It cuts extra deep. Yeah.
And there's a terrorist, and it turns out it's what's her name? From the boys, the female boy?
Oh, Kimiko.
Kimiko's brother, and he's a powerful telekinetic. And he's kind of still a bad guy, and so everybody's kind of after him. And she ends up getting him and just brutally murders him. And before she murders him, she says an Asian racial slur at him.
Yeah.
And this is the fact that I was loving her character so much. I'm like, yeah. And then she starts killing people. I'm like, oh, no, 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 no. And then she says the racial slur. And I was like, oh, no, 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 no. And the fact, I mean, I still love her character. It's a great character. But to go from like, you go, girl, I love you, to like, oh, you're a horrible villain. Ah!
Jesus.
It was kind of great. And that's why I was mad that was the end of the episode, because I was like, no, I want to see what happens next.
It's so fun. Like, her existence is so crazy to me because she's like just so sickeningly awful. But at the same time,
Homelander.
So is Homelander.
They're the same.
And I love
that's
that
why
there's
they
somebody
hate
who
each
can
other.
end Homelander. Yeah.
I know, because you thought like she's going to be the one to take him on. But then you're like,
Homelander.
Oh, but she's just another Homelander.
Homelander is like, he is one of the most unlikable characters on a TV show ever.
And I love how right-wing he is. Like the fact that his son is like learning Spanish and he's like, oh, hell no.
He's like, oh, gross. And I also love that he's got a fucking milk fetish.
Because of Elizabeth Shue. Gross.
Yeah. And because like a lack of a mother. I mean.
Well, didn't he used to like suck on her boobs?
Yeah, he used to suck on her boobs
like,
because he had no mom, so she would like put him through nursing.
Fucking
creepy.
I miss Elizabeth Shue though.
I do too. I'm so mad
I hate that
about the fate of her character. And then the other character I loved was that CIA lady. And spoilers.
Yeah,
doesn't end well for her in episode 1.
Yeah, she bites it immediately.
I loved her.
Yeah. That's the thing. I loved her, but that show, I was like, oh, they ain't fucking around. Because her nose started bleeding and then her head exploded. And I was like, oh, that's the end of her. Did that? Do we know how that happened? I have a feeling Vought. I think the what's his name from the bad from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, Giancarlo Esposito.
Oh, did you hear people are saying that he should be the
Xavier
next
and Magneto?
X?
Yes, and Magneto. They're like either one.
Yes. And the girl from I May Destroy You should be Storm. I'm loving these recasts.
Oh, hell yeah. Give me a Black Professor X, please.
And what's his name from The Kingsman and Rocket Man is Wolverine.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Taron Egerton.
Yeah. Oof. Anyway, this show is fun and great, and it kind of keeps you on the seat of your pants.
Yeah. Like, there are so many scenes where you, out loud, you scream. You're like, oh my God. You say things like that during this show.
And I really like
the whale scene?
Yeah, that was hilarious. Oh my God. No real whales were hurt.
I took a selfie with Chase Crawford.
Yeah?
During season 1.
What did it smell like?
At C2E2. Like sweat and butt and cologne.
Oh my God. I will say, this show, it surprised me. And that's why I saw another movie. My boyfriend decided to pay $30 to see the live action Mulan.
No.
And I mean, I wasn't going to stop it. I mean, there's no stopping my boyfriend. He loves Disney stuff. We hated it. Like,
really?
It was so, it just didn't make any sense. It literally was, we're just going to change all the things that China was mad about. Like that they felt wasn't real. And so they took out all the music. They took out all of these things. And then it just was like really boring. And they didn't have the songs, but they would say the titles of the songs. Like he's like, all right, soldiers, I'm going to make a man out of you. And then they would do the montage scene. I'm like, why say that line? Why are you and then they would play like the music, like just in the background as they were. It just didn't make any sense. Yeah, it was just really boring and stupid. So I don't recommend
too bad.
it. I don't recommend it. And you're supposed to boycott it because she said she was anti Hong Kong protesters.
Oh, fuck her.
Anyway,
All these people who don't like democracy.
Well, I will say this, but here's the other thing, is a lot of these people don't have a choice. The government forces them to say that.
Yeah, if they want jobs.
If they want to have a career. So in the end, I don't... well, not that, it does suck being like, you have to choose, do you want to ruin your whole career or do you want to say this horrible thing? I mean, it sucks. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it.
Anyway,
we did
all right, we did it. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much, everybody. I can't thank you enough. You should watch The Boys, and you should get excited about 10 of Swords.
10 of Swords. Pull out your swords.
Pull out your sword.
Get them nice and lubed up.
10 of Swords. Pull out your sword. That should be the tagline.
What's that line from Heathers where it's like, oh, he said that that he and Ram had a little sword fight in your mouth last night. You know what I mean?
Ram had a little sword fight in your mouth.
Ew. Anyway.
All right.
Thanks, everybody. Please.
Thank you.
Like us, subscribe to us. Tell friends about us. Do you have friends that listen to other X podcasts and they're just like, I want ones, but they're gayer. And then they listen to the gay podcast and they're like, these are fun too, but I want one that's like way more disgusting and vile. Be like, well, we have one for you. It's Comic Book Queers.
There you go.
And
actually,
oh yeah,
if you are a fan of other comic book podcasts, we are going to be doing a giant crossover.
That's right.
Number of crossover episodes for 10 of Swords.
Heaven help 'em.
Podcasts like Homo Superior X, the podcast that goes snicked, other ones too. Damn it, I should have prepared for this.
X-Men Reads?
I'm too nervous. Yep, X Reads, House of X, Actual Affairs.
Hey, we're the gutter trash of the gay podcast.
Ex-spouses. Yep.
We're the gay old prostitute. We're the retired prostitutes of the X podcasts. You can't expect us to be perfect and remember everything.
But you can expect to pay us for handies and blowies.
Yeah, because guess what? If you read comics, well, then that makes you what?
Queer. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Damn.